And this has been reported by Imam Ibn Qudama in Kitab al-Riqqa wal-Buqa. He says that I went to Makkah and I stayed with Fudail ibn Iyaz radiyallahu ta'ala. Just think about those times. What was the beauty of that time, where Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak and Imam Sufyan Sauri and Imam Fudail ibn Iyaz, these kind of people used to stay together. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak was staying there, Imam Sufyan Sauri was staying there, Imam Fudail bin Iyaz was staying there. And at the same time in Makkah, Ibrahim bin Adham was staying there. He says, I was in Makkah, and for the last many years there was no rain in Makkah, and the people were very much upset. So it was announced that tomorrow morning there would be Salatul Istisqa, the prayer, the Salat for asking the rain from Almighty Allah. So all people from Mecca, ulama, scholars, common people, they gathered, and after Fajr, after sunrise, there was Salatul Istisqa in Al-Masjid Al-Haram. And they were continuing their dua, but nothing was happening. The condition remained the same. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak says that I was sitting next to the door of Bab Bani Shaybah. All of a sudden I saw is Akbala Ghulamun Aswad. I saw a slave, a black slave, young black slave. He came, entered, and he stand next to door of Bani Shayba, and I saw him. He prayed. When all people of Makkah had already prayed and there was no sign of raining, then he came. I was still sitting there. He raised his hands and he said, Allah, our sins are too much and our acts are too bad. And our sins and bad acts have stopped the rain, which is your blessings. But I ask from your generosity, I ask from your forgiveness and from your pardon. Don't look at our sins and bad acts, just look at your generosity, at your kindness and at your mercy. And bless the people with this blessing of rain. He said, I saw this black young slave. He said these words, and all of a sudden the clouds started raining. The clouds came and it started raining. He said, I saw him. Then that boy went back. I kept on watching. I went behind him to see where does he live. So I found the place, the house. He went upstairs. I came back and told the whole story to Fudail ibn Iyaz and to Sufyan Sauri radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. They said, go and buy that ghulam. We also go with you to see him for ziyarah. This was the character, this was the habits of the pious people. He himself is Fudail ibn Iyaz, and he is Shaykh of Imam Ibrahim bin Adham, and Fudail ibn Iyaz is Shaykh of Imam Malik. Such a great people. And Sufyan Sauri, they say, we will go with you to do ziyarah of that slave. He said, no, you don't go. Maybe there is any situation of embarrassment. They get embarrassed. I'll go there. Go and buy him. Bring us so that we may serve him. Next day, Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak went to the same house. He saw an old Meccan person sitting outside, and he was the owner of the house. He asked, do you have some slaves here? He said, yes, I have 14 slaves. They work for me and they earn and give me the money. He said, I want to buy, can you sell anyone to me? He said, yes, you can buy anyone you want. He said, can you show me the slave? He said, yes. Then he named them, called one by one. One slave came down, I saw he was not that one. I said, yes, another one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Finally, the 14th slave came down and he was that young man. I asked that old person, the owner of the slave, I want to buy this slave. He said, this slave would not be of any use for you. He is a sick young boy. You see, he is pale and very weak and sick because he used to wake the whole night. He used to perform the ibadah. He used to cry the whole night. He used to eat little. That's why he was pale, he was weak. He said, I want to buy him. He said, he doesn't earn anything for me. Just he brings very little money for me. Then he's asked Imam Abdullah bin Umar, then why you keep him? He said, for barakah. He doesn't earn money, but he earns blessings for me. We get barakah from him. He said, I want to buy him. So he sold me. That old person sold that slave to Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak. He took him. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, the great muhaddis and Imam of Hadith, amongst the companions of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa and a student of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, and he used to give verdict and fatwa on mazhab of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. And Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak is the muhaddis and Imam who was grand sheikh of Imam Bukhari, because Imam Bukhari's father was his student. Imam Bukhari's father, Imam Ismail, was a student of Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, Imam Hamad bin Zayd and Imam Malik. And Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, this is the person of that caliber, the grand sheikh of Imam Bukhari through his father. He took him, and while they were going to the house, that young slave asked Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, why have you purchased me? I am a weak person, I can't earn that much money. This is a matter of loss for you. Why you didn't buy other slaves which were of good health and strong enough to work for you and to earn a good money for you? Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak said, O young man, I have not bought you to earn money through you. I have bought you to earn barakah from you. When the young slave heard this, the tradition is reported by Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak himself on authority of other great A'immah, and Imam Ibn Qudama is the reporter of this tradition. Traditions reported by Muhaddiseen and Fuqaha and A'immah, authorities. When that young slave, the pious wali, he was a wali of that time, when he heard that he had bought him to earn barakah, he thought, did you see me yesterday next to Bab Bani Shaiba? He said, yes, I saw you and I heard your supplication. Tears came in his eyes. And he said, everything is exposed. Everything is exposed. He asked, can you please leave me for a while to pray 2 rak'ah? That was time of Salatul Duha. He said, we are going to our house, you can pray there. He said, I don't want to keep loan of Almighty Allah on me. This is the time has started, I want to pray now. He said, yes, you can pray Salatul Duha. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak stood there. He stayed and he waited for him. And he put his prayer mat on one side and he said, Allahu Akbar. He prayed 2 cycles of supplementary prayer of Salatul Duha, 2 rak'ah of Salatul Duha. When he finished his prayer, he raised his hand and he said, Oh Allah, you have exposed me. I had a secret relationship with you. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak says that he was saying these words, uttering the words, Oh Allah, I had a secret relationship with you. We had a secret friendship. Nobody was aware of this relationship. Now it has been exposed. Now I am not interested to live more in this world. Because if he has come across and he has become aware of this secret, then he will tell to somebody else, to Sufyan as-Sawri, and he will tell to Fudail ibn Iyaz, and they will tell to other scholars. So I am exposed. Oh Allah, then call me back. Call me back. When he narrated these words, all of a sudden he cried, fell down, and he found him dying. He was dead. These kind of events and incidents used to take place in the early days of Islam. And these were the spiritual states and conditions which developed in the form of tasawwuf and suluk and tariqah and haqiqah.